So good morning. In the last lecture, we have discussed about the significance of governor and types of governors and how a what governor works and what is the drawback of what governor. These were the things what we have covered in the last lecture. Let me repeat in 2 minutes the introduction part of governors and the significance of a governor in an engineering application. When you see there are certain equipment which will vary its speed because of two reasons. One is due to cyclic fluctuation and another one is a load fluctuation. So cyclic fluctuation is a one which is inbuilt process and it repeats every cycle. So such a fluctuations will be taken care by a device called flywheel, which we already studied in the chapter number 3. Now, what is this governor, where it works and how the governors are classified and what is the basic governor, what governor, which we discussed yesterday. Let me tell you. When there is a load changes, then automatically the speed of the engine also changes. If you want to maintain a constant speed, there should be some device that it will control the speed with a constant rate. So for that, the governor is a one device which is used for to control the speed depends upon the load fluctuation. And the governors are classified two types. One is centrifugal governor and another one is inertia governor. In centrifugal governor, it works on the principle of change of velocity, whereas in inertia governor, it works on the principle of rate of change of velocity. Then we have seen a basic construction of a governor and its working principle. Already we discussed it. And we have seen a watt governor, and the drawback in the watt governor is the lift of the sleeve is less when you increase the speeds more and more. Yesterday I have shown one tabular column where the speeds of like 100 rpm, 200 rpm up to 300 rpm, the lift of the sleeve is somewhat considerable, but once it crosses 300 rpm and 400 rpm, the lift is very nominal. It's not even a value of 1 mm. So with a small lift of say half mm, 1 mm, these small amounts may not be in a position to control your speeds in a proper way because there is a friction always involved in it. That friction itself may absorb the small amount of the lift displacements. That is why we are moving to another governor which is called Porter governor. Let us see the Porter governor. So let us see the Porter governor. The Porter governor which is shown in the diagram. So left hand corner top, I have shown the diagram part which is basically the realistic Porter governor, and this diagram where a arrangement is shown as well as its free body diagram is shown. So recall, in case of a watt governor, what yesterday we discussed, let us see. In case of a watt governor, you have seen in watt governor, the upper arms and lower arms, okay, so they are connected of course by an extension links and only fly balls are there. So yesterday we have seen this is a watt governor, where the ball self weight is mg and centrifugal force is mr omega square, and we defined this is the radius of rotation r and this is h. Okay, so we have seen yesterday this part. So we have written the corresponding equations and you have seen h is equal to g by omega square. So it is not function of the mass of the ball or anything. So it is not good in case of higher speeds, because the lift, sleeve lift is very basic amount. That is, when you increase the speeds of like 300, 400, 500, the lift is hardly even less than 1 mm. So, which will not give you any useful effectiveness in the governor. That is why, let us see how a Porter governor is useful in that case. So, only the difference is, we will be adding, in case of a Porter governor, so in case of a Porter governor, what we are doing, a fly ball is added, okay, and a sleeve mass is also added at the center. So we will be placing some sleeve mass. So this is the arrangement for your Porter governor. In Porter governor, you can see additionally there is a capital M. Earlier we said this is small m mass, which is mg, centrifugal force mr omega square, and tension in the arms are T. Now you can see additionally there is a sleeve mass comes here. Okay, so this sleeve mass, when you apply at the center, how it influences on the lift of the sleeve, that part analytically we will see. Okay, so we will draw a free body diagram and we will take an instantaneous center, and we derive the necessary equation for various speeds in terms of the parameters called R, A, B, C, or theta and other things. Okay, that we will see. Okay, that is the basic difference between a Watt governor and a Porter governor. In case of a Watt governor, only fly balls are added, and in case of a Porter governor, you have a sleeve mass at the center is also added. Okay, so we will see the analysis part of this Porter governor. So let us see the analysis of part of Porter governor. Okay, I have shown on the right side of it the governor schematic diagram. Okay, and I have shown here the free body diagram of your governor. Okay, Porter governor. Look at what is the terminology you require. I need some terminology. What the terminology I have used is like this. I have used like theta, beta, then R, H, okay, then we used like A, B, C, okay, then we used small m, capital M, okay, and omega. These are the various terminology we have seen. So what are these? Let us see in the diagram. So what is theta? Theta is the angle made by the upper arm with vertical. So theta is the angle made by the upper arm with vertical, isn't it? And what is beta? Beta is the lower arm makes an angle with vertical. Okay, so that is theta and beta. So of course I will draw once again for the benefit of you. You can imagine. So this is the upper arm, okay, and this is the lower arm. and this is the extension link. Then we can have upper arm extension like this, and this extension link horizontal point. Then I can draw here a vertical like this. Okay, I have named this point is O, and this upper arm under the tension T, and this is the lower arm, and this is the height of the governor, which is H. Then this point to here is A, and this distance is called C, and this distance is called B. Then let me put this a ball point where the mass is here, a point called A, and this is the point B. Then this angle I defined as a theta. The upper arm makes angle with vertical is theta. When this is theta, automatically this also becomes theta. And I defined another angle, this is beta. This is beta. Self-weight always acts vertically downwards, which is mg. Then the sleeve mass is shared left and right. So half of it, that is mg by 2. And if I consider friction, then plus or minus f by 2. So there is an additional term called f is called friction. Okay, mg plus or minus f by 2, isn't it? So this is the free body diagram. Okay, let us take moments. Now, if I draw the instantaneous center or the center for this is the point, the extension of this link and extension of this link, they give a point called I. Okay, so here the centrifugal force acts radially outwards mr omega square, self weight acts vertically downwards mg, and this is A, C, B, H, and this is R, that is the radius of rotation R. Okay, with this how we proceed the analysis, let us see. Take moment set I, considering the equilibrium position, take moment set I. Okay, so you can see mr omega square, which causes what type of moment? Like if you take this is the point, mr omega square causes anti-clockwise moment, and mg plus or minus f by 2 gives the clockwise moment. So mr omega square into perpendicular distance. What is the perpendicular distance? Here to here is A. Okay, so if I take this is anti-clockwise plus, then clockwise, that is minus mg self weight into this distance C. Okay, then mg plus or minus f by 2 into B plus C is equal to 0. So the equilibrium equation is written like this, taking moments at I, mr omega square anti-clockwise moment taken as a positive multiplied by A, then mg into C, then mg plus or minus f by 2 into B plus C is equal to 0. Let us rearrange the equation. mr omega square A is equal to mgc plus mg plus or minus f by 2 into B plus C. Just we have taken this on the other side. Then divide the entire equation by A, that is mr omega square is equal to mz into c by a plus mz plus or minus f by 2 into b by a plus c by a. Then let us see here what is c by a and what is b by a. Look at this triangle. Let me name this is IBC, say some Q. This is Q. So if you look at the triangle IAQ. So this is the triangle IAQ. So in this tan theta, that is C by A, and we defined this is beta, okay, and here in triangle AQB, this is AQB triangle. In AQB triangle, okay, so you can write tan beta is equal to this is opposite side and this is adjacent side b by a. Now let me replace those things here. mz, what is c by a? Tan theta plus mz plus or minus f by 2. b by a is tan beta plus c by a tan theta. Okay, then let me take tan theta as a common, then mz, okay, into mz plus or minus f by 2 into, I can write tan theta common, then tan beta by tan theta plus tan theta by tan theta. So this becomes 1, okay, and I replace this tan beta by tan theta by assume tan beta by tan theta as say k. This is assume tan beta by tan theta is k, then it becomes tan theta into mz plus or minus f by 2 into 1 plus k or k plus 1. Okay, then how we can write tan theta in the other form? Look at tan theta can also be written from the triangle OA, say this I call y, OAY. So in triangle OAY, this is the triangle OAY. So we can also write tan theta is equal to r by h. Tan theta is equal to r by h. So this is opposite side and this is the adjacent side. Tan theta is equal to r by h. So I can replace here tan theta plus r by h into mz plus or minus f by 2 into 1 plus k. K plus 1 or 1 plus k, both are same. And what is the left hand side? mr omega square. So r get cancelled. Then you can write omega square is equal to, you can write this is 1 by mh, okay, into mz plus or minus f by 2 into 1 plus k. So this is the governing equation. This is the governing equation. What is it? Let us see. Omega square is equal to 1 by mh into mg plus or minus f by 2 into 1 plus k. Okay. So with this you can find out the corresponding speed. You can replace omega by 2 pi n. So that is 2 pi n by 60 is omega. Then 2 pi n by 60 whole square. We can write this equation. Okay. So then very specifically, if you want to write the equations for a special cases, those special cases we can write. How we can write those special cases? Let me explain. So here we have taken k, which is nothing but tan beta by tan theta. Suppose if your upper arms and lower arms are the same size, then tan beta becomes tan theta, then k becomes 1. So if you write k value 1, then this equation will be simplified in the other form. That means 1 plus 1, 2. This 2 get cancelled. Then omega square is equal to 1 by mh into mg plus or minus f. Suppose if you don't consider f, if you take f is 0, then simply you write this value as a 0. Okay. And if you consider f is 0 and k is 1, so those are the special cases you can rewrite. So there are 3 cases. One is k is 1, the other one is f is 0, third one is k is equal to 1, f is equal to 0. So you can simplify this equation by writing 3 different cases where upper arms and lower arms are same length and they are pivoted to same length of extension links, or they are directly coupled to the axis of rotation. K becomes 1. You can rewrite the equation. Or if you consider friction is 0, then simply other equation you get. If you consider f is 0 friction and k is 1, the equation can be rearranged. So depends upon your requirement, you can rearrange them. Or if you need n, then I write omega plus 2 pi n by 60 whole square. Okay, then I will write the right hand side. So these simplifications you can do according to your requirements in the problems. We will see the problems. Okay, at that time you will be easy to understand this. Let us see one problem on Porter governor. I have not covering any Watt governor problem because they are very simple, just a simple substitution. Once you are familiar with Porter governors, you can easily solve any Watt governor problem. Okay, so let us see. Each arm of a Porter governor is 200 mm long and pivoted on the axis of the governor. The radius of the rotation of the balls at the minimum and maximum speeds are 120 and 160 mm respectively. The mass of the sleeve is 24 kg and the ball is 4 kg. Find the range of the speed of the governor. Also determine the range of the speed if the friction at the sleeve is 18 newtons. So there are 2 parts here. One is without considering the friction and another one is by considering the friction. So let us see the basic equation just now we have derived, and let us write that equation. What is the equation we have written? Omega square is equal to we have written omega square is equal to 1 by hm into mg plus mg plus or minus f by 2 into 1 plus k. This is the equation just now we have derived. Omega square is equal to 1 by hm into mg plus or minus f by 2 into 1 plus k. So when we take plus value f or when we take minus value of f. See, we are taking the self weight downwards is positive. So friction downwards we say positive, friction upwards we say negative. So when the friction will be taken as a positive, when the friction will be taken as a negative. So let us say when it is at lower speed. So when it is lower speed, okay, in that case the sleeve is moving down. When it is lower speed means, recall the earlier theory part what we have covered. When it is moving lower means at a speed set lower. So balls are moving down. When the balls are moving down, isn't it? So the sleeve is moving down. So in that case, against to the sleeve movement, the friction will be there. That is, friction will be in the upward direction. So when there is a friction in the upward direction, which is opposite to the self-weight direction, in that case we take this minus. Whereas if the balls are moving up, when the balls are moving up, the sleeve is moving up. Okay, when the sleeve is moving up, then the friction will be in the downward. So when the friction is in the downward, that adds it to the self weight. Okay, so there we add plus. Okay, so based upon that, at lower speeds it is minus and at higher speeds it will be at plus. Okay, so this we can simplify once again like this. Omega square is equal to, we can write 1 by hm, and you can take 2mz. So I have taken 2 LCM for everything, 2mz, okay, plus mz plus or minus f into 1 plus k by 2. So I did simply like this, 2mz into mz plus or minus f into 1 plus k by 2. So I can also multiply and divide by mz, like mz, I have multiplied the numerator and I also divide the denominator also by mz, that is 2mz plus mz plus or minus f into 1 plus k by 2mz. So I did simply mz numerator multiplication, mz denominator multiplication, isn't it? So I can cancel this, then it gives omega square is equal to z by h, okay, into 2mz plus mz plus or minus f into 1 plus k by 2mz. And I can replace omega by 2 pi n by 60. So this will be 2 pi n by 60 whole square can be written as z by h into 2mz mz plus or minus f into 1 plus k by 2mz. Okay, so I can also write substituting z value 9.81. Okay, if I write n square, I can write by substituting z 9.81, then I get 895 by h into 2mz plus mz plus or minus f into 1 plus k by 2mz. So this is once again mathematically simplified the previous version, isn't it? So if you don't want to simplify this, you can use the basic equation directly this and you can solve the problem. So I have just written this equation because I can get the solutions very easily for that purpose. So in the present case, both upper arms and lower arms are so like upper arm, then lower arm, both are connected. So the sleeve, and here you have your mass M, and here M, and this is R. Okay, this is the link L, R, same. So in that case, theta becomes beta. So theta becomes beta. So that means we have defined K tan beta by tan theta, which becomes 1. So because beta and theta, I said in this case is same. So K becomes tan beta by tan theta 1. So if I substitute in that way in this equation, n square is equal to 895 by h 2mz plus mz. Of course, first case I neglect the friction, so no friction, f is 0, then 1 plus 1 by 2mz. Okay, then this is 895 by h. So 1 plus 1, 2, 2 into capital MZ, and this is 2 small mz. So total ZG 2 get cancelled, that is 2mz plus 2mz by 2mz. So you can get cancelled 2, Z. Then simply it becomes n square is equal to 895 by h into this is small m plus capital M by small m. So I have converted my original equation into a simple equation like this. So the basic equation is this. Okay, without this simplification also you can solve the problem. There is no doubt you can get the problem without simplification, but I made the simplification to solve my problem very easy. Let us see what is given and what is asked. So here we were given with there are two radius of rotations. What are the two radius of rotations? One is of course 120, another one is 160. So let me write what is the basic data given, small m and capital M. So what is small m? How many kgs small m? Small m is equal to 4 kg, and then capital M is equal to 24 kg. Okay, then what additional data we have? There are radius of rotations like R1, R2. R1 120 mm, R2 is 160 mm. Okay, this. So here you can see the problem. N square is equal to 895 by h into m by m plus m by m. So here we have defined this is h. This we defined h. So if you take this right angle triangle, say OAB, in right angle triangle OAB, if I know L and R, I can get the value of h. That is, h can be evaluated. H is equal to root over L square minus R square. So what is L? L is the length of the link. What is the length of the link? 200 mm. Okay. So he has given L is 200 mm. L is 200 mm. Okay, so let me write H, that is root over, first let me call H1, then later H2. L will not change, but R1 and R2. This is 200 square minus R1 120 square. So if you substitute in this value, then you get this is 160 mm. 160 mm. So H1 will become 160 mm. Now I can substitute N1 square is equal to 895. H place I will write H1 in meters, that is 0.16 into small m. What is the small m? 4 plus capital M, 24 by 4, isn't it? So if you write this, N1 square will become 39,156, then N1 is equal to root over 39,156. So that gives you 197.9 RPM. 197.9 RPM. Okay, so this is first N1 value. Then how to get the N2 value? How to get the N2 value? Now what changes in this case? H2 is equal to root over L square minus R2 square. So that is, what is R2? 160. So 200 square minus 160 square. So by substituting this, you get this is 120. Okay, 120 mm. Now you can write N2 square is 895 by 0.12 into 4 plus 24 by 4. If you calculate, you get N2 value is 228.5 RPM. So this is N2. Okay, so you got N1. Then range is nothing but N2 minus N1. Range is equal to N2 minus N1. You substitute N2 minus N1. That is 228.5 minus 197.9. Okay, so that gives around 30 RPM. That gives range 30.6 RPM. Now let us see the second part of the problem. When you consider the friction, what will be the range of speed? Okay, so same problem we are continuing with by considering the friction. So friction is given 18 newtons. So how we consider the friction? Let us see. Suppose if the balls are moving down, say this is the position, mean is this, and this is mean, lower speed and higher speed position. From the mean, when the speed is dropping, that means for lower speed, the sleeve is moving down. Sleeve down. When a sleeve downs, so the friction will be upward. friction upward. So at a lower speeds, sleeve will be moving down, then the friction will be in the upward. Vice versa, that is higher speeds, okay, sleeve moves up, sleeve up, then friction down, friction down. So when the friction is down, so self weight will be downward, okay. So when the friction is down, then you can have mg plus f by 2, and that is friction downward, whereas in the friction upward, then it will be mg minus f by 2. So for lower speeds, friction will be negative. For higher speeds or upper limit of the speed, it will be plus. So the general equation, the same equation which we have written, that is n square is equal to, that is 895 by h into 2mg plus mg plus or minus f into 1 plus k by 2mg. This is the same equation which we have used earlier. In the earlier case, I have written f0, but here friction is there, so I consider f value. Okay, and of course k is 1, in our case k is 1, so k is 1, then n square is equal to 895 by h, so this is 1 plus 1, 2, so this is 2 mg plus or minus f by 2, so you get the 2 value, entire thing it get cancelled, then it will be like simply mg, okay, mg plus or minus f by mg, if k is equal to 1. So at minimum speed, just now I said, what is at minimum speed, lower speed, friction is negative. So we write this is minus, that is n square is equal to, or n1 square is equal to 895 by h mg plus mg minus f by mg. Then h means h1. Already we have calculated h1, that is in the previous, that is 0.16. So 895 by 0.16 into small m, 4 into 9.81, then 16, I think capital M is, how much capital M? 24, sorry, 24, okay, into 9.81 minus the friction is 18 by 4 into 9.81. So calculate the value of N1 by substituting, you get N1 is equal to, this is 191.3 RPM. Then at maximum speed, same equation with sign change, like N2 square is equal to 895 by H2 into mg capital plus F by small mc. Okay, then substitute the values. H2, what is the value of H2? Just now, earlier we have calculated the value H2 is 0.12. So this is 895.12 into 4 into 9.81 plus 24 into 9.81 plus friction 18 by 4 into 9.81. Then in that case you get N2 is 236 RPM. So N1 is 191 and N2 is 236. Then range of speed, range N2 minus N1, that is 236 minus 191.3. So it is approximately 44.7 RPM. Okay. So this is a basic problem, used only single equation. If you want to write your basic equation omega square, that also you can use and you can get the value. Okay. So with this, the basic problem on the Porter governor we finish, and next class we will solve two problems on the Porter governor. Okay.